All right, good morning, everyone. Let me double check the stream. Okay, it should be working. All right, looks like we had high impact 8:30 news, and it says they're gonna be 10:30 high impact news, which won't really matter too much. Let me change this. There we go. All right, let's start on the 4 hour. We're still in this range, so I guess that's good to know. We got this 4 hour demand zone down here, another 4 hour zone up here. And then this was a really good zone here, but we just chopped on it. So I'm not going to mark it out. On the 3 hour, don't see much. I mean, this is a 3 hour zone down here. It's just, damn, it's really far away. 2 hour, I've been looking at this 2 hour zone now for a couple days. I think if the shorts come in, this is going to be a really good target. Another 2 hour zone up there. On the 1 hour time frame, we have this good 1 hour demand zone, which is only around 100 points away. So not too far away, which is good. Who knows? Maybe we'll take a trade off of there. Depends on where the market goes once it opens up. But I would take a trade off of that zone. I think it's a really clean zone. This is a 45-minute supply zone here. It's not the best one, but I do like this reaction here. We tapped into the zone and then we've made a move down ever since. On the 30-minute time frame, okay, this is a 30-minute supply zone. And that looks like that's it for the zones that are close to price. I mean, this could be 15-minute zone. Is really not that helpful though. Says it's tiny, and then right above it we have more zones. Yeah. um. Yeah, I don't see nothing else. No. I mean, this could have been a really good 10-minute zone here, but it got chopped on, so I'm not gonna bother marking it out. All right, damn. I think that's it for the zones. Honestly, not the best zones. I do like the zones that there is. It's just far away from price. Okay. Also, yesterday, the trade that I took, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the trade that I took, but I will say the best trade yesterday was shorts from this 2 hour supply zone. And that was the play. That was the play of the day yesterday. And yeah, I didn't get that. The trade I took yesterday was it was literally longs right here. And then I was targeting the zone up here, which did end up happening, but it it was too choppy. Let's just say I didn't take that trade right. The trade I would have taken would have been the short right around here, and it would have played out perfect, kind of. I mean, it still would have played out choppy, but I would have been right on the direction at least. The only way I really could have avoided taking this trade was maybe since it was, I think it was a 15-minute zone. I could have been like, oh, instead of focusing on this 15-minute zone, I rather focus on the 2 hour zone. Obviously, I didn't do that, but who knows? Maybe next time I could. Yeah, I don't. All right, that was it. That was it. I wish there was zones that were close to price. This 1 hour demand zone down here, I really like this zone down here. It's just kind of far away from price. But if we do get down here, which we could definitely get down here very quickly once the market opens up, we just need good volume. Oh my gosh. And then we need to get past VWAP, which recently I've noticed especially this week, I've noticed a lot of openings around VWAP and then it just kind of struggles. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen today, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does. Anyways, I would take longs or shorts here, right? I would take shorts if it gets below 720, and I would just target the next zone. Realistically, I would target around 60 points, and that'd be good enough. Yeah, and then this 2 hour zone is a really strong zone, so I do think it would tap this area. For the longs, if we tap into this area and start rejecting it, I would take longs. I would just target probably VWAP or my usual 1 to 2, depending on how the trade moves. Let's say the market opens up and it moves straight up. I mean, I could take a trade off of this 5 minute zone, but I don't like taking trades off of 5 minute zones. We'll see. We'll see. I think if I see a good reaction off of here, then I would take the trade. But when you look at my stats and with 5 minute zones, they're not that good. They're not that good. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe the shorts could come through here. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna lie. I thought the zones would be better on Nasdaq. Let's look at US 30. This was the trade I took yesterday on US 30. I mean, eventually it played out, kind of, but it was just too choppy. Very choppy. The best trade I could have taken on US 30 would have been the shorts up here because they popped up twice, right? Right at market open, and then we retested it again later on. But I didn't I didn't do that, obviously. Damn, we've been going down ever since. Okay. Let's erase everything. Let's look at the daily. Daily, there we go. Okay. I mean, I don't really see much on the daily time frame. Let's look at the 4 hour. I know on the 4 hour there's a really good zone that the market did bounce off from. I think it's this one right here. Yeah. So I think if the shorts come in today, this zone down here will be a really good target. Do you use an LLC for handling taxes or just everything under your personal name? I have a LLC. Yeah. Last year, I will say most of the payouts I took last year weren't under the LLC. Like with Tops Up, they were like personal. So I'm not sure how the taxes are gonna work with that. But this year for the Apex payouts, they are under the LLC, which is really good because I was stressing out about that. I also just haven't done my taxes from last year. Not yet. I do plan on doing it soon. Um, so I'm not 100% sure how it will be. Wish me good luck. Wish me good luck. So I've definitely been like avoiding paying taxes. Not avoiding, but it just sucks. Who wants to pay a lot of money to something that we don't even know where it's actually going towards? But yeah, I think once I pay the taxes, either I'll make a video about it or I'll talk about it because I do think it's really important, especially for traders. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a CPA. Yeah, I have to find one. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I don't even usually when I worked, at the grocery store and I was working for companies, doing taxes was really easy, right? You get your W-2, you scan it, and then you click what it tells you to click, basically. But with, you know, the LLC is way different because you have to put in your expenses, and I don't know how to do that. So I'll definitely have to pay someone to do that. But yeah, I always thought it was funny when people paid like other people to do their taxes because I thought it was really simple, but it could be really complicated depending on your situation. But it's crazy. I feel like other people are more worried about me paying taxes than myself. I get questions about it every day. Well, at least now taxes are going to places before we're going to very shady places. Really? I mean, I still don't know where they're going. I don't know. Plus, I mean, my taxes is probably a really small amount of the whole world, so my taxes are probably going to something like very, very tiny. That doesn't even matter. Or it's going to something fucking horrible and we don't know about it. You guys ever think about that? Alright, I see a couple zones close to price. I don't see good ones though. Not gonna lie. How many tries at getting funded did it take? I keep blowing accounts. I lost count. I definitely lost count. I mean, I blew a lot of accounts before I even passed the first one. And keep in mind, I passed the first one. I remember, so I passed my first eval with Apex. It was a 1 day pass, and what I did was I full ported it while, what's his name? While Powell was speaking. So yeah, I got funded by gambling, and then while I was trying to get the payout, I gambled with the payout. Like I definitely did not follow the consistency rule, but I was like, you know what? Let me just request a payout. Requested a payout, even though I knew like I didn't follow all of the payout rules, and the payout got approved somehow, and that was with Apex. But that was a long time ago. That was before Apex was like really strict with their payouts. That was before Apex had like a whole team that was dealing with payouts. That's why I think it got approved because they weren't really paying attention. So yeah, my first funded and my first payout were pure luck. But once I got that first payout, I was like, yeah, this is definitely real. Like people are definitely making money off of this. So I could do it too. And then I kept going. And after I got my first payout, I didn't get a payout for like months after that. It was hard. Like I was way too confident, way too cocky. Just I was just trading dumb as well. But it happens to a lot of traders. It does. I've spoken to many, many traders and I've noticed a pattern of where they get their first payout and then after that they struggle to get the second one. Damn. Let me double check this for more zones because I really don't have good zones at all. This looks really, really weird. Okay, this 45-minute zone is definitely good. And then we got this tiny 1 hour zone all the way down here. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking good. We'll see what we could do. I mean, if the market comes up, I think it'll be good, right? We'll get this 15-minute zone. If we break past, oh, that would be a good trade actually. Yeah, if we break past 211, I would take longs. I would try to target this 4 hour supply zone, and that gives me a good enough move. And then if it's going really well, then I would try to target a 1 to 3 and see how that plays out. Let's just say we tap into this area and start rejecting it, then I would take shorts. If I take shorts, let's see. Same thing. I would try to target at least a 1 to 3 or even VWAP and see how that plays out. But I do think if the shorts come up from up here, they have a lot of room to go down. But since it's below VWAP, let's just say the market opens up and it goes straight down. I'm not even sure exactly where I would take a trade. I mean, if I see it start to reject this area, then I take longs. But the biggest time frame zone is down here at this 1 hour zone. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I would also take shorts from here if it gets below 928. I would take shorts. The only thing wrong with shorts here is that in order for this to actually be a good trade, why does it look so weird? Wow, 50 points looks huge here. Usually 50-point stop loss does not look this big. So I'd probably have it tighter than that. And then yeah, usually my take profit is 100 points at least. And in order for that to play out, I mean, it just needs to be very bearish and get past these demand zones. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it opens up. Wow, this is already moving down. And then obviously if it gets below, I would say 873, if it gets below these lows here, then I would expect it to come down here to this 90-minute zone. We'll see though. We'll see. That's all the zones. Honestly, they're not really good zones today. I've seen way better. Usually, NASDAQ looks better or US 30 looks better. Today they look about the same. And they look mid. They look all right. I think the only way I'd really win a trade today is if there's good volume, if there's a really good opening. How do you became profitable and disciplined trader? I mean, honestly, the main thing was time, right? Experiencing losses, many losses, learning from them, and that takes time. You can't really rush the progress of your trading. Because I've noticed if you try to rush your progress, you'll delay it. You'll delay it quite a bit. And it's hard because with trading, we know we can make a lot of money. So we get like, we make, I don't know, let's just say you got a $2,000 payout. Next month, you're going to try to make $10,000, which you could, but you have to do it the right way. You can't rush it. I was looking at how much drawdown I have. I have 1900 to 1600 on some accounts. And I don't know, I felt stressed. I felt stressed out about it. Which last time I didn't feel that stressed about it. I don't know, this time feels different. I don't know why. I think it's because the markets, but I gotta stop thinking that way. I also just have to prepare myself. If I do lose the accounts, I want to make sure I have 20 already. So I do have to load up on the Apex end of day accounts. Also, I saw something. I didn't double check it. I should really double check it. I want to check it real quick. So I saw a video that said the catch with Apex, and basically what they're saying is the payout caps on the end of day accounts is smaller. I want to see if that's true. Okay, I don't see the payout rules. What? This shit is not even here. They don't even have their payout rules. Oh, I found it. End of day payout. Okay. Oh, yeah, they did lower the payout cap. I did not realize that. That's the catch with the end of day. That's the catch with the end of day accounts. So, wow, that's good to know. Yeah, so if I wanted a 40K payout again, with the new end of day accounts, I would need to get 100K accounts because on the 50K account, the payout cap for the first two payouts is 1500, which I feel like nobody really talked about that. I Bro, I did not. Wow. That actually really sucks. I mean, it's not horrible, but it does suck. What amount would that be if it was times 20? I mean, still be a lot of money, but it's not the same as a $2,000 payout cap. Yeah, it'd be a $30,000 payout, which isn't horrible, but it's just less than what it was. And I can imagine most likely on the what is it called? On the intradays, probably stayed the same. Let me duplicate this. Let me finish charting. Let me finish charting before I get into that. Well, that's really good to know. That is really good to know. So I feel like if I get, I don't know. I'm just so good at trading 50K accounts. I don't know if I'd want a 100K account, but like I know I would because it's a $2,000 payout cap. Well, that's good to know. So the payout cap was lowered on the end of day accounts, technically. Because I guess the first and second are the only ones that were really lowered. After that, after your first two payouts, it comes back to regular 2,000. But it's like not much people get to that third payout unless you have like a really good buffer. It's not horrible, right? I don't think it's horrible because you have end of day, you get 20 accounts, and you have a 50% consistency rule. So, with meaning, in one day, you can make half of your profit and still be fine. It's not horrible. It's just that small thing. Yeah. So now I'm thinking if I want to load up with the 20 more accounts, I feel like I'd want to do 100K, but I definitely have to calculate how much money that'd be. How much more expensive would it be than the 50K accounts? Like, would it actually be worth it? Should I try and get my first payout on Top Step or Apex? I mean, at this point, if you get an end of day account, it's kind of the same as a Top Step account. But I will say I do think Top Step is more beginner friendly because of their platform, and their payout rules are a bit easier. But yeah, it's actually crazy how many traders um don't really know like how to calculate their stop loss because they're so used to TopStep X platform. Even for example, my girlfriend, right? She's kind of payout before, but she's kind of like a beginner payout. I mean, what a beginner trader, and she's always been using TopStep X. So if I told her to calculate a $200 stop loss with 5 micros, she wouldn't know how to do it because she's used to TopStep X doing it. And I know she's not the only one. There's many traders that are like that right now, especially traders that have gone from Forex to futures. They depend on that TopStep X platform, which like there's nothing wrong with, but eventually you're gonna need to know how to do those things. Like you could skip the basics, but eventually you're gonna need to know them. I know that was random, but it's just a thought that I had. Like Toss Up X is very beginner friendly, and it's like some beginners try to skip the basics, but you're gonna need to know them eventually. Because let's just say you succeed with Top Step, then you're gonna want to scale. If you want to scale, you gotta trade other prop firms, and other prop firms don't have that Top Step X platform. So you're gonna have to learn either trade ovate, which with trade ovate you kind of have to calculate your own stop loss or have an idea of what it's gonna be, or you're gonna have to learn like Rhythmic, right? Quant Tower, or what's that other one? Ninja Trader. That's not Rhythmic, but it's another platform. And then let's just say you want live account, then you need to trade another broker with another platform. So it's like eventually you're gonna have to learn another platform besides Tops FX. Also, I've been seeing like videos about TradeC. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but it's like this new platform that's, oh my gosh, I charted like way too far away. I zoned out there. I'm sorry. All right, I let me stop. I'm done. But yeah, with TradeC, I know it's not going to be that good of a platform because you're trading on Trading View. If you've ever traded on Trading View, you've seen the lag. You've seen the spreads. The spreads on Trading View are like way insane. It's like 4x. And I've already seen a couple videos of people getting bad fills on Trade C. And I'm like, I'm not surprised. You're trading on Trading View. It's gonna be shit. It's not gonna be that good. Alright, let's just finish that out there. I think I'm done. The best combos trade ovate with Trading View. Yeah, I've tried many platforms. I've tried Quantower, which is really good. I do like Quantower. I've tried Tradeovate, Trading View, Tops Up X. I've tried another one too, but I just forgot. All right, I tried Wealth Charts recently, but I really couldn't figure it out. I tried it with, what is it, Apex accounts. I couldn't even figure it out. I needed to watch a video for that. And the best one, the smoothest one so far that I've seen is Tradeovate. Most of the time, the fills are going to be right where you put it, unless it's like insanely volatile. Okay, here's the market open. Okay, I'm definitely looking at US 30, which it looks like it's already starting to close. Yeah, it's already starting to close. Very bearish. Oh, maybe not. Well, it looks like it's going to close below 928. Yeah, and it did. Let's see if it pulls back. All right, there's a pullback. Retested this zone up here. Now I would want to see it break the lows. Why is this saying order rejected? Okay, the copy trader was off. I like US 30 shorts. I'm waiting for this 1 minute candle to close. It'd be really good if it closes below 893. Yeah, this is closing out good. I'm gonna short US 30 here. Put my stop loss at 24. I'm gonna try to target the 700s down here if I don't get stopped out here. I'll be back. I'm back. I'm still in the trade, but I might tighten stop loss. Yeah, I'm gonna tighten stop loss to these two wicks up here at 908. What time is it? 34. This is the last minute of the 5 minute candle. And I got stopped out. Like, what the fuck? Alright, well, I'm not trading US 30. I mean, like, I've taken way too many losses on it. 1 minute time frame's choppy, not what I usually like. I can see it melting. I can see it going to the 700s. And then NASDAQ is doing nothing. I really like this 5 minute candle close. I'm still bearish on US 30. But do I want to take the same trade twice? Not really. I'm going to risk it. If it breaks the lows, all right, I'm in another short. This is another risk here. And I'm going to put my stop loss at 87. Bro. Oh my gosh. That was close. It has to get below 31. I don't want to see it struggling to actually break these lows here. Yeah, that I wouldn't be surprised if I get stopped out right here. This shit is bouncing at the white line. Dude, I'm gonna get stopped. I already know it. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. It's been such a bad week. And then even NASDAQ, like, what's going on here? Even NASDAQ is like slow. It's been tough. Tough openings. Then I knew I shouldn't have taken that second trade, but I was like, let me risk it. What I could have done, no, what I should have done was wait for it to get below the white line, like down here. Yeah, damn. Like this shit is like deja vu, like, and it's on US 30 as well. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like this right here on what is this trade ovate? I've seen it too many times this year. Trade ovate US 30. Let's see. I mean, I'm not gonna trade anymore, but I do want to see what happens or what could have been a better trade. On Nasdaq, I wouldn't have taken anything. At least not yet. Yeah, that's tough. I'm definitely gonna buy evals because I'm getting pretty close to losing the accounts. I'm basically 2 red days away from blowing the accounts. So if I have 2 more red days, I'm donezo with these accounts, which is nothing bad, right? I made 80K off of the accounts. It's not like, I just blew them. They lasted a while. And that's the thing with prop firms. You got to learn how to say goodbye. You can't get too attached. And you got to move on to the next. That's fucking hard, man. Damn. US 30's been cooking up. I knew I shouldn't have taken that second trade, but I was like, let me risk it. And they fucking know what they're doing. They like sweep the lows and then it reverses. But I also know that the entry that I should have gotten for the second one should have been lower. It should have been below 831, below this white line here. Then I was like, okay, if it got below the white line, we're definitely gonna go lower. But I had already entered short, and then I saw it. I saw price bouncing off of the white line. I knew I was gonna get stopped. This type of fake out happens a lot. It does. And then of course, of course, my entry was a perfect entry for the opposite direction, which happens a lot with my losers. It does. Wow, I'm very like disappointed with this week. You would expect it to be more volatile because of what's going on with Iran and stuff, but no, no. It's like that shit happened and the market already dumped. So why would it move? Why would it move? Where did it dump? Was it this right here? Yeah, this right here. It opened on Sunday, it dumped, fully recovered, consolidated for like 2, 3 days, and we're still basically consolidating. Wow. The opening range on NASDAQ is, let's measure it out because this shit is crazy small. Yeah, the opening range on NASDAQ is not even 100 points. So it's very small compared to your usual, good day, good volatile day. Tough, tough. Yeah. Now I'm thinking about those new Apex accounts because if I get 50K accounts, the payout will be 30,000, not 40. Damn, that sounds so greedy. Oh my god. It's just different, because the payout cap is way lower than usual. With I feel like I'd get 100K accounts if the activation fee is the same. Let's see if it is. Where are they? Let's search it up. Oof. No, this says the activation fee must be paid within 7 days of the evaluation being marked as passed. Hmm. Well, I don't know. That's what if I don't end up blowing these accounts and then damn. I thought it was 30 days. No, they only give you a week. Let's see how much it would cost for 100K end of day. 44. Wow, that is way more expensive than the 50K. So that'd be $880 on evals. I don't even know if I would pass on the first try. That's very pricey. But it's end of day. Yeah, the intraday is way cheaper. Let me find the activation fee. I feel like I'd do it if the activation fee is the same. And I can't even find it. Let me see. I have it somewhere on my phone. Wow, that's tough. I think this is the closest I've been from blowing the accounts. Why not go with 25K evals? I'm not that good at trading 25K evals. I'm really good at trading 50K accounts. I'm lying. I'm lying because I don't know if you guys remember fast track trading. My first 10K month that I never got paid was from fast track trading. And it was 20. No, it wasn't 20. I think it was like 7 25K accounts. I managed to request a 10K payout and it got approved. They just never paid me for it. So I've been good at trading 25K accounts. They're just they're slower for sure. They're slower. Then I would have taken shorts here. Let's say I took shorts here. Let's see how that would have played out. Or if I would have gotten chopped up. I would have taken this short if I didn't take the second US 30 trade. That sucks. I think that should be a new rule that I implement is don't take the same trade twice on US 30 because I've gotten burned too many times doing it. Let's see, I'm expecting NASDAQ to go down to 640. Let's see if it actually goes down there. Okay, I would have gotten stopped out break even on this. Yeah, I would have been up a 1 to 1. I would have broken even, and I would have gotten shit on like 2 seconds later. That's crazy. Definitely, I can't read the markets this week. That's what it is. Oh my gosh, it's a $99 PA fee. So a $99 activation fee. So that's $2,000. That's really pricey. Wait, what am I searching up? Yeah. And then plus the evaluation money, that's $2,800. That's a pretty hefty uh investment. So that's why I rather get the 100K account. Even though it'd be more pricier, the payout would be bigger. Wow. It's still, I mean, I know I got the money for it 'cause I did get two payouts from it, but it's still a really big investment, for those 20 accounts. Something to think about for sure. Let's see how much money I would need to make. So I'd need to make, oh, that's not bad. I would need to make what, 105,000. Oh my gosh. I would have gotten shit on this trade. Oh my, like what? Yeah, I can't read price action. This happens a lot when when the markets just aren't in my favor. I'll get many fake outs like this. And it's just hard to spot out breakout when the trade looks good and it's your usual entry. That's tough. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of pro and cons with these new Apex accounts. I mean, I think the pros do outweigh the bad things because it is easier to get a payout with the newer accounts. It's way easier. The consistency rate is higher, which is better. You have end of day, which is easier. And then yeah, 6 days. It's just pricier. The payout caps, technically they're smaller with the first and second payout. And then it's just pricier. I wonder if they'll do a 90% sale. I mean, I know it'd only be 5% more, but it'd definitely be helpful. Or at least a sale with the activation fees being lowered. Because if you trade 20 accounts, it's going to add up. That's crazy. Even in this 50K accounts, if you hit 200 a day and just hit 2.6, you can request 500. Yeah. If you trade micros and aim for 200 a day and keep taking 500 every 8 days, you'll still be banking. Yeah, I would. That's what I'm trying to do is get a green day, but I can't, I can't get a green day this week. It's also not harder, but it's just like a tougher pill to swallow because I didn't trade Monday and Tuesday. And then the 2 days that I do trade, I lose. So it's just hard, you know? But it is part of the game. And at the end of the day, it's just probabilities. So probabilities take time to play out. We'll see. We'll see. I don't trade minis, I trade micros. Yeah, I think the best thing for me would be to get the evals and try to pass them, but it's just very pricey. I would need to definitely pass it on the first try. Yeah, cuz if mind you, I like to trade evals, pretty aggressively and then I copy trade them. So I'd buy 20 100K accounts or 50K. I'd probably do 100K. I'd try to pass it. If I fail, then I have to spend another $800 on 20 accounts. And then I pass it, and then I have to pay $2,000 in activation fees. Either way, it'll be pricey. But if you think long term, if you think of it as an investment, kind of, it'll be better on your brain. That's how I like to think about my accounts, especially when it's 20 accounts. You have to think of it as a long term thing. You can't think about it as, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get rich off of this. No. I feel like if you think that way, it's not gonna end up good for you. Oh, and then another thing with me is like, let's say I pass the accounts and I just have them, sitting down. Not sitting down. I just have them on the side. I only have 7 days to activate it. But then what if I don't blow these accounts? There's just so many things that I have to think about. The main thing that I don't want is just me losing the accounts and then having to worry about getting funded again because it's annoying. Did you get the 40K recently requested? Did it hit your bank? I mean, it's supposed to hit the bank either today or the next 4 business days. Last time I got it within 3 business days. Yeah. And today's the third business day. So maybe I'll get it later today or tomorrow or next week. But yeah, I haven't gotten it yet. Not yet. I still got hope for these accounts. I gotta stay hopeful for the accounts. The only way I'd lose the accounts is if I get if I stay on this losing streak. So I've lost 4 trades, 4 out of 4 trades this week. Maybe I should take the day off tomorrow, but yeah, for some reason I feel like there's gonna be a nasty sell off tomorrow. like that Friday sell off we usually get. You could always get the flash funded accounts from Tradeify. Oh yeah, I plan on getting them. Um, but it won't be the same as 20 accounts. That's the only thing. The 20 accounts is, I think it's worth it. I do think it's worth it, especially if you get your second payout on those accounts, because then the return on investment is insane. So even though, let's say I lose these accounts and I get the new end of day accounts, even though it'll be pricier, the the return on investment will still be huge, right? Let's just say I spent almost $3,000 on the 20 accounts, but then I get the 40K payout. Then I've like what? I've oh no, I've 10x the investment. More maybe. Yeah, more. So it's worth it. It's just a lot of money. Yeah, the 30K payout is good as well. I'm debating if I should go for the 50K or 100K. Honestly, I probably go with the 50K just cuz I'm so used to trading them. But yeah, then it's like the 40K payout type thing. Damn, the shorts came in on Nasdaq, but it looks like it wanted to retest the opening range. There's really good moves on Nasdaq. It's just I can't catch them. Yeah, don't get me wrong. There's been decent moves this week. I haven't been able to catch them. But then it's also like all the trades that I've taken, they've been usual trades that I take. So it's like I really can't stress too much about it. It's it's probabilities. Are you more aggressive on evals? Yeah, for sure. I'm way too aggressive. Like I like full porting evals. It's bad. That's why I've been like holding myself off from buying evals because I don't want to go crazy. Like I'm aggressive with them, but I'm not bad at doing it. That's the thing. I could get 5 fundeds overnight. Can't trip too much. Hasn't been too many high quality setups. Yeah. And then the setups that do show up, for example, this long here on Nasdaq, it showed up like what 30 minutes after market open, which nothing wrong with, but I think that's like the new pattern this month. Literally, is the move is gonna happen later, just like yesterday and the day before it. Wow, yesterday looks horrible, and I traded that. Yeah, I would say I think this is like the best day Nasdaq has had this week. Like, is there a good volume? There's good moves for sure. Like this long here, this long was 60 points, which is decent because it happened in 1 minute. My TradeOvie account broke even. It still took me out as a loss completely, disregarding it. What the heck? Yeah, what the heck? That's weird. The March contract will also be ending soon. Do you use 5 minis on evaluation or 1 to 2 minis? If it's like a 1 day pass, I'll do the full amount of contracts. So I'll do 5 minis. And I'll just try to get, that good trade. Or I'll like get in and out of trades for a small amount of profit and then do it like back to back. Or try to do it. But if it's like a top step eval where you just need 1500, for 2 days, then I'd I'd do like 3 contracts or two and just get the 1500. Yeah, I definitely have to. I'm gonna have to invest in those Apex accounts because I'm getting pretty close to blowing these. Yeah, I think I'd go with the 100K counts, but I would still trade micros. Maybe. I feel like I'd start out with micros and then I add more contracts as I get more profit. I also noticed with Apex they took out the 250K accounts and the $300,000 accounts, which I've tried trading before. I tried trading the 300K accounts and I was like $10,000 in profit on the eval, which was like halfway, and I just blew it one day because I was trading on my phone. It was weird too. Like I was trading on my phone at like 4 in the morning on the way to the airport. I remember, and that was like such a huge lesson because I feel like I was so close to getting the eval passed, and I was trading at such a random time on my phone. But it was a good lesson. Are you waiting for another trade? No. I feel like if I take 2 losses, I'm not reading the market right, or the market's not in my favor, right? Or both. So I just call it a day and I wait for the next one. So that's what I'm doing. I mean, I'm really just chatting. I'm thinking about the Apex stuff. So I do need to prepare if I lose the accounts. Cuz think about it, if I lose the accounts and I don't have like, backup accounts, then of course I'm going to want to get funded ASAP, and then I'm going to have to stress about getting the funded accounts. So I'll like rush the process. And I don't want to do that. I'd rather just be prepared. But I mean, I do think the payout will be easier, way easier on the newer accounts for so many reasons. The main one being end of day, second reason being the 50% consistency rule. I mean, I can make half of my profit in 1 day. So if I get a winning day and the trade is looking good and I think it could go like, way more, and I would be fine with holding the trade because I don't have to worry about, having a 30% consistency. So I do think it'd be easier. It's just pricier. I noticed too on the 100. Let me show you guys. on these 100K accounts, it says on the second payout you can request 2,500, which is it's a bit weird because on the 50K account, your second payout is still 1,500. It doesn't change. Oh, and then on the 25K accounts, it doesn't change at all. So it's not even worth it for the 25K accounts. I mean, but the one that really matters is the first payout. That's the one most people get. Well, some people get. What's 2,500 times 20? Wow, 50K. That's huge. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with these 100K. 100K counts. We'll see. We'll see. That's what it's looking like. The only thing with the 100K counts, I would really just have to make a different plan, you know? Because I made a plan with these 50K accounts. It was so specific that it was easy to follow. So I just need to do that again with the 100K accounts. Mainly just like what amount I would risk per trade and what I would try to target. We'll see. We'll see. Cheer up, the fact that you have taken 80K from Apex in 2 months is more than what people with a bachelor's or master's get in a year. Yeah, I know. It's just I feel like I what is it called? Like I hold myself up to a high standard. Like I don't know. It's not like I want to be perfect, but I want to be so good that like I'm better than I was last year, which I already am, right? If we look at the profits from last year, but I don't know. I'm not too stressed out about it, but it's like I don't know how to explain it, but you're right. You're right. I should cheer up. It's just my fear is like is it my main fear is like having these good months and then the rest of the months of the year not being good because it could happen, you know? It does happen. It does happen. Especially with me last year, like I had like 3 good months back to back where I got like consistent 10K payouts and then 2 months in a row I didn't get anything and that was hard. I don't want to go through that again. It was just hard mentally, you know? Cuz if you're going from taking payouts like every month and then 2 months in a row you don't take anything, it's like hard cuz you start to overthink, you know? How long it might take to get payout approved on legacy accounts. For me, it took 2 business days, both times, both times. And that's how much it should take. If it takes more than 2 business days, you should contact them. And business days is like Monday to Friday, no bank holiday, no weekend. So if you request it on Thursday, for example, me, I requested on Thursday, it got approved on Monday. You know, it didn't get approved on Saturday because Saturday is not. I don't think they're actively working on the weekend. What do you think about a Apex 25K Tradeaway account? I think it's good if you're like a beginner, and I really do like 25K accounts for a beginner because for me it was like the first time I was trading slow and I was trading small. And like I said, that was the first time I got a 10K month. was with multiple 25K accounts. I mean, I didn't get the money. That was horrible. But the fact that I got to the payout and it got approved, it showed me like, wow, like trading micros really does help you take it slow, which is good. So I do like 25K accounts for beginners because it shows them how to take it slow. And also, as a beginner, if you start out on a 150K account and you have a profitable day of, I don't know, $1,000 or $2,000, your emotions are going to be all the way up here, right? And you're not going to know how to handle that. You're not going to know, you know, you're feeling a certain type of way. But with a 25K account, you profit 200, maybe $100, and your emotions stay down here. You know, they stay the same, which is good. You want to get used to that, and you slowly want to build up to more profit. So I do like 25K accounts. I think they're really good. You can apply for unemployment if you get 6 months losing streak. Yeah, but I don't want to do that. Can you really do that? No, that sounds insane. What changed in your trading plan and strategy last year versus this year? The strategy changed a lot. Okay, it didn't change a lot, but last year I would only take breakouts. And for example, with markets like this, you shouldn't expect a breakout every time because most likely it'll do the opposite of a breakout. It'll go back inside of the range. So I was really bad at doing that. That was the main thing with the strategy. And then I would say with the trading plan, nothing really changed, right? Except the 20 accounts. That's how I scaled fast. I Nothing really changed except having the 20 accounts. That was the main thing. But keep in mind, I've traded 50K accounts all last year. So I got really good at trading them. Like, really good. I mean, I know I didn't get transferred to live, but I had the opportunity to go live with Top Step. They literally emailed me and they said, you have two choices. You can get moved to live or you can build up your account. I wish I said get moved to live so I could have that yellow certificate. But instead, what I said was, let me build up the account more. And then I got on a losing streak. I got on like an insane losing streak after that, and I blew the accounts. But it was after 5 payouts on the same accounts. How much do you risk on a 50K account? 250 per trade. And then I try to target at least a 1 to 2. So 500 profit. And then my daily loss limit is 500 to 600. Yesterday I lost like 640. So I went a little bit over. How many micros do you use per account? On MNQ, NASDAQ micros, I use 5 micros. That's like my sweet spot. For some traders, I've noticed is like 7 micros. Max trades, I would say, is like 3, 4 trades. But if I lose 2 trades in a row, like today, then that's it. I've already hit my daily loss limit. But let's say I took one loss, one break even, then I'd probably take a third trade. Yeah, I do plan on putting a good chunk. in a live account and then like taking it really slow. I had a live account. I had a big winning day on it, and then the next day I traded, and I lost. Basically, I lost the profit of the day before, and it scared me. So I was like, it was just too many emotions in the live account, and I knew it wasn't good. So I stopped trading the live account. But I know I'll get back to it soon. I've gotten really good at the system, so I'll definitely start a live account. I'm just debating what broker, if I should do Tradeovate or AMP. But if I do AMP, I'd either have to trade on TradingView, which I don't like, or I trade on Quantower, which I like, but then I'd need like another monitor. Another monitor for the Quantower. Yeah, I've been daydreaming about this new monitor, I can't lie. But I'm not gonna get it. I'm not getting it. Not yet. The monitor that I want is like $1,800, which is insane. So I'd rather get it when I'm more settled. Bro, I can't believe I lost today like that. Oh, that's so annoying. What monitor? Let me see. It's a 55-inch curved Samsung. 55-inch Odyssey Arc second gen. Bro, and it's on sale. Let's look. Look, we just gotta look at it. This one, it's so clean, and then it like turns like vertically, but it's huge. I need another desk because this desk is too small for that. So if I get that monitor, like I need to upgrade a lot of things. The PC is already upgraded, but I really would just need another desk, a bigger one, because that is huge. But it wouldn't be my gaming monitor. My gaming monitor right now is, I think it's like 24 inches. It's not that big, but it has like 280 hertz. So it's really clean. Yo, somebody said, what happened to your hair? Oh my god. I just wanted it out the face today. And I like letting my forehead breathe sometimes. Like today. I like to let it breathe. It's funny because oh my god. My girlfriend, she doesn't hate the hairstyle, but it's not her favorite. And I always joke with her. I'm like, oh, like I'm gonna do your favorite hairstyle today. Oh my god, that's funny. All right, but let me journal this really quick before I call it a day. Okay, yeah. Wow, that's tough. I took the same trade twice. I knew the risk, but it still hurts. It still hurts. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Let me screenshot this. Took the same trade 2 times. Short took shorts on US 30. After a 1 minute candle closed below, at this point, I don't even know, right? It closed below this 45-minute zone. So I was like, okay, that's good. And then the second candle closed below a 15-minute zone. And I got a hiccup. Below a 1 hour zone. Maybe I shouldn't have taken these trades because the zones were too stacked. It was, and I knew it was weird, but I still risked it for a biscuit. Yeah, well, that was it. NASDAQ, I think. So, first of all, let's just say I didn't trade US 30 and I was trading NASDAQ. I know for a fact, I just know it. I would have taken this short right here. If I took this short, either I would have broken even, right, after it hit a 1 to 1, or if I let the trade breathe, I would have gotten stopped out. So that would have been a loss, right? That would have gotten chopped up on that one. Let's say I didn't take that trade. Maybe I waited for it to tap this 2 hour zone. This is the trade that would have played out perfectly. I would have taken longs right around here after this candle tapped in this area and it started breaking these wicks to the upside. Stop loss was would have been perfect at the lows and it would have hit a 1 to 3 and that would have been perfect. But again, I didn't take that. That's just an idea, a potential trade. I feel like either way, I would have lost today. The only way I wouldn't have lost today is if I didn't trade US 30. That's like the main way. Wow. What a day. What a day. It happens. It happens. I mainly journal on Discord, on the free Discord. I post every single trade I take sometimes. Sometimes when I'm like very pissed off after a loss, I don't journal and I'll just walk away. It's happened a couple times. But it's just like sometimes I just know if I stay on the charts, it's not going to be good. So I just walk away. Hawaii, yo, I'm buying the ticket soon. As soon as I get the 40K payout, I'm buying tickets to Hawaii. But I do have to I have to talk to my mom about like this timeshare thing that she has because I think they have in Hawaii. So we're gonna see if they have a good spot or if we're just getting an Airbnb. Damn, there's just so many things with this Hawaii trip that I have to plan out. When you made your 40K twice, which asset made you win? MNQ or YM? It was both. It was both. Um, I don't know which one I traded more though. Don't know. Maybe that's a good statistic. I should find out if I win more on MNQ or YM. How long have you been trading? Like 3 to 4 years. But it's 3 to 4 years, but it's not like straight up like actually showing up every day. My first 2 years of trading was very on and off. Very on and off. Like my first 2 years it was like I'd trade like, a couple days and then I'd lose and then I'd stop trading for months. And then while I stopped trading for months, I would try other things. I'd try to get rich in other ways, right? Like I'd try too many things. I tried truck dispatching. I became a licensed insurance agent, and that just it didn't work out for me. I tried drop shipping. I worked different jobs, right? I worked at Starbucks, Chick-fil-A. What's another job? I worked at a grocery store over here. I worked at a haunted hayride for like, like 1 month in October. Oh, and then this was the most recent thing that happened last year was no, it wasn't last year. It was like 2 years ago. Was I was working at the grocery store as an overnight stalker, and Pepsi, there's like a Pepsi factory, and I applied for the job because the pay was way higher than, I'm saying way higher, but it was like a couple of dollars more an hour. So I applied for the job. I did the interview. Yo, in the interview of this Pepsi job, I had to like lift up like these like 2 liter like things of, Pepsi products for like 15 minutes. And that same day I went home, I couldn't stand straight up cuz like that's how bad that's how bad the test was. I mean, I passed the physical test for it, but it like messed me up bad, bad, bad. And I ended up getting the job, but the job was it was a full-time job, and you were basically forced to work overtime at the job. So, and it was overnight. So the job was I'd show up at 6 p.m. and then I'd get out when the load was finished. So I'd either get out at like 6 a.m. the next day, which is a 12-hour shift, or what was it? It was like 5 a.m. No, 4 a.m. Like weird timing, crazy timing. So and then I'd be working 55 hours a week, which is a lot of time, right? And it's a very physical job. So I was like, you know what, this is a really good money opportunity, but if I take it, I'm not going to have a life. I'm going to be working insane hours, insane time. I'm not going to have a life. So to me, like it wasn't worth it to basically kill my back for the job and not have a life outside of the job. So I didn't take it. But if I took the job, I would have been making like $1,000 a week, which is good pay, right, for a job like that. And I decided not to take it. And I was like, you know what? Like, I rather like use my time on this trading stuff than, kill my back for this job. And it is, I don't regret it at all. I was just thinking about it the other day, like, wow, if I took that job, like, I would have ruined my life. I would not be where I am today. It was a risk for sure, because at the time it was like, damn, I just lost the opportunity to make more money with the job. But at the same time, I was like, I didn't think it was worth my time, to kill my back like that and not have a life outside of the job. It was a huge risk, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Mind you, I was going to college too. So I'd be working insane amount of time while trying to do this homework. So it was I just knew it was gonna be bad, and I didn't do it. I worked at Aldi's in the freezer mostly around 6 a.m. plus driving trucks. After delivery, my back felt sick. Oh my gosh, I bet. Yeah, working at the grocery stores or like a warehouse, those jobs are hard. Like, I mean, at one point at my old job, right, I was stocking at the grocery store overnight. I needed to wear a back brace for work. Like those jobs are no joke. They're no joke. They're horrible. I'm an ex trucker of 10 years. I refuse to go back. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine being a trucker either because they work crazy hours as well. I mean, and you guys drive a lot too. Seems like the market is moving better 1 hour later. Yeah. It seems like that's the pattern this month, which is annoying, right? Because if you trade the opening, usually you get a pretty good move right at open, but nope, not recently. I'm gonna have to adjust. I'm gonna have to adjust to the market and like try not to trade the first 15 minutes of like how I usually do. But then it's like if the market goes back to normal, then what's the point of that? I think I'm hoping that if more news comes out about this Iran war and stuff, that the markets get better. Because I feel like what happened is that we got that news over the weekend. It's always over the weekend too. Like every fucking time something happens is over the weekend. And then Sunday gaps and then after that it's choppy. I feel like what happened this time was we got that Sunday gap. It fully recovered and it's been moving basically sideways. Um, mostly it's mostly been moving sideways because I think it's because we haven't heard much about the whole situation with Iran. We haven't really gotten an update. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm also not paying too much attention to the news, so I'm not 1,000% sure. It looks very bearish though. I mean, I could see this going down to 420 down here. It just might take time. I guess the good thing is that we broke out of this tiny range that we were in for like, oh wow, ever since Monday. Yeah, we were in this range. So I guess that's the good thing. Watch, I'm not going to be surprised if over the weekend we get some like insane news and then Sunday Open is going to gap again. Expect gas prices to keep going up. Yeah. I was looking at oil cuz like of course everyone was talking about it and how it spiked up and everything and I was like, "Yo, what's the all-time highs for oil cuz everyone's freaking out about this." And then I looked and oil's been at 246 before. Oh wow, that was in 2008. No wonder. That makes sense. Yeah, it's been way higher before. Well, actually, I mean, I guess I understand why it was crazy because it hasn't been that high in years. In a while, no, in over a decade, it hasn't been that high. So that's probably why. What do you guys think is gonna happen this year? You guys think it'll be like not a recession, but like a decent pullback in the markets? You guys think that's gonna happen, or are you guys mainly bullish for the year? I feel like what happened last year, it was very bearish for a couple months in the beginning, and then of course it got very bullish after that. Like I I don't know. Last year, what I struggled with was being bullish, being more bullish than bearish. Because I remember, we had this sell off and I was trading fine. And then we had that huge green day where Trump was like, um, buy stocks, and then fucking markets pumped. And then that's where I struggled because I was like, no way this shit's gonna go all the way up. And it did go. It went all the way up with like really no serious pullback. Like it really just went straight up for the rest of the year. And then now we've been consolidating for months. Yeah, for months. 2008 and 2026. Crazy times. Yeah. I wish I was trading when that whole COVID thing went. I feel like if that shit happens again, like I'm gonna make so much money off of it. But I wasn't trading at that time. Gas is almost at $4. Yeah, that's crazy. Did you guys see that it was like $7 a gallon in California? I thought we had it bad up here in New York, but it's way worse in California. I started literally as COVID broke out in 2020 March. Was insane. I bet $7 in San Francisco. I think that's what that is. That's crazy. Let me see how much that'd be for me. That'd be like, no, that's crazy. Cause right now, when I fill the whole gallon, it's like $60. Oh yeah, I'd spend like the yeah like 150 over there to fill up my car. Good thing I don't live over there. Damn, imagine being an Uber. Would you even profit being an Uber over there? Spend a lot on gas. Here in Florida is 379. Yeah, that's what we have too. I think it's like 350 or something. A week ago it's 280. Damn. What caused your turning point in trading? Losing a lot. I mean, my one of my biggest turning points was I was funded with Take Profit Trader, and then I was able to take a $400 payout. And I was like, you know what? Like, I want more money, even though it's like one of my first payouts ever. It would have been like my second payout. And I was like, you know what? Like, 400's not even that good. That's what I was saying at the time. And then I was like, at least I want a comma. You know, if I get a payout, at least I want $1,000. So I traded the next day and I blew the account after being able to request a payout that I didn't get. And then I'm not sure if it was the next day or like over the weekend, but we went to the vet and the bill was $400, which was like the amount of the payout. And I was like, wow, I was so greedy, like way too greedy. And like just experiencing that, it made me realize like don't be so greedy with the market because it'll humble you. Better get a Tesla. Yo, it's my dream car used to be a Tesla. Now though, it's like, and they seem kind of scary now. I don't know. What if someone takes control of the car and like you can't even control it yourself? That's what I'm scared about. Like, what if the electric cars die out of nowhere? Isn't that scary? I mean, I know it probably won't happen, but what if it gets hacked? You know, like we don't know the technology that's out there. We think we do, but I feel like there's insane technology that we've never even heard about. That reminds me of China. Yo, I want to go to China because I just know they're ahead. I just know it. Like, have you guys seen clips of China? No, they're on something else. They're on something else. They're like literally like 20 years ahead. Yesterday you lost. How was today for you? I lost again. I took two losses again. But we'll see. We'll see. It happens. It happens. It's happened before. But I will say, if I have two more red days, like full red days, I'll blow the accounts. So I don't have too much in drawdown, which is why I think I should start evals, 20 evals pretty soon. All right, guys. That was it for me. Uh, I don't even know what to say about the markets. Not much is really going on. It definitely has low volume. I mean, Nasdaq is going down, but it's also slowing down as well. And if you measure Nasdaq, you know how much it's moved, it hasn't moved that much. Like the moves aren't, that good. There's moves happening, but they're not the best. And then US 30, yo, fuck US 30. That's what I think about it. That's what I think about US 30. US 30 is rough. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys are gonna keep trading, I don't know. I'd be careful. I'd be careful. I wouldn't force anything. If you're gonna trade something, hopefully it's an eval or something else, or a paper account, because it's rough out here. I'll see you guys tomorrow.